The Shark-Headed Bear Thing, Chapter 2. Ben opened his eyes to find Tavish peering down at him. A smile of relief spread across the blacksmith's soot-stained face. "See?" Tavish said. "I told you he wasn't dead." The girl appeared behind him, stretching up to see over his shoulder. She looked down at Ben. "I don't know, he still looks a bit dead to me," she said. Then she broke off a piece of toast and crunched it noisily. Ben got to his feet. He thought he could feel a lump forming on the top of his head, but he resisted the urge to reach up and check. "How long was I knocked out for?" he asked. 10 minutes, said the girl. "You were knocked out for 10 minutes. "Oh," said Ben. "By a slice of bread," the girl continued. "Right," said Ben. "I mean, I'd hate to see how you'd fare against a whole loaf. Some warrior you are." "It caught me off guard, that's all," Ben protested. "And I'm an amazing warrior." The girl tried to gnaw off another piece of the blackened toast, but her teeth couldn't get through it. "Sure you are," she said. Then she turned and headed for the door. "Thanks for the toast," she called to Tavish. "Don't mention it," replied Tavish. He was back tinkering with his machine again. "Good luck with your monster situation." "Thanks," said the girl. She was almost at the door, but Ben could see his dreams of monster hunting slipping away. He had put a hand on one of the levers of the breakfast machine. "Hey, wait!" he called, and the girl stopped. "What now?" she asked, and she turned around just as Ben pulled down on the handle. Cogs turned. The machine rumbled. A chicken went quack, and a high-speed oval shot from a tube and streaked across the room in the girl's direction. Before it could reach her, the egg exploded, and a spray of hot yolk and gooey white splattered onto the floor. The girl looked up to see Ben holding a homemade catapult. He lowered the weapon slowly, then tucked it back into the belt of his shorts. The girl glared at him, then down at the soggy mess on the floor. Eventually, she said, "What's your name?" "Benjamin. My friends call me Ben. You?" "Paradise. Paradise Little," said the girl. Ben snorted out a laugh. "Ha! Good one." "What's so funny?" The girl glowered. "Oh," said Ben. "You were being serious." "I just thought, with you being so, well, little and everything." He saw the angry expression on the girl's face. "It's a great name, really, suits you." Paradise's eyes narrowed. "Right then, Benjamin, if you think you're up to it, you're welcome to try and take on the monster that's been terrorizing my village." "Excellent." Tavish's head popped up from behind the machine. "Say what now?" "She said I can go fight the monster," Ben said. "How great is that?" Not great at all," clucked Tavish. "It's not safe to fight monsters at your age." "So, what age is it safe to fight monsters at?" Ben asked. This caught Tavish off guard. The blacksmith floundered. "Well, I mean, never. There's no age that is safe to fight monsters." "Exactly," Ben said. "So I might as well go now." "I've recruited loads of other warriors too," Paradise added. "I've spent weeks rounding up the bravest monster hunters in the land." "See? So I wouldn't even have to do anything," Ben said. "I could just watch." Tavish looked unconvinced. "I don't know." "Come on, Uncle Tavish, it's just one little monster," Ben pleaded. "Big monster," said Paradise. "It's just one big monster." "Huge, actually." "You're really not helping," Ben said. Tavish ducked behind his machine. There was a rattling and clanking as he clambered out through a gap at the bottom. His robotic arm whirred as he hoisted himself upright. For a long time he just stared at Ben, and there was sadness in his eyes. "Well, I suppose it had to happen sooner or later," Tavish said quietly. "I can't hold you back forever." "You mean I can go?" Ben said. "You can go and watch. That's all." "Brilliant," cheered Ben, punching the air for the second time that morning. "Will you make me a sword?" "No," said Tavish, "I won't." "But," Tavish held up a hand, his real one, for silence. "I won't make you a sword because you already have a sword." "What, that wooden thing I play with?" Ben asked. He shot a glance at Paradise. "You used to play with, I mean. Like years ago." He laughed a little too loudly. I don't even know where it is these days." "Hanging from your belt?" Paradise said. Ben looked down at the wooden weapon dangling from his waist. "Oh, yeah," he mumbled, his cheeks turning a shade of pink. I wonder how that got there." "No, not that one," said Tavish. "You have another sword. A sword I should have told you about years ago. Come this way," he said, and he made for a small door tucked away at the back of the workshop. The door was locked. The door was always locked. Ben had never seen it open, and although he had tried to get through it many times when he was younger, he'd stopped thinking about it in recent years. There was a series of clicks as Tavish turned a dial in his robotic arm. With a hiss of steam, his metal hand folded in on itself, like a particularly chunky piece of origami. The fingers flipped and twisted until they formed the shape of a key.